Welcome back to Renegade Reviews.
Alright guys, there's Constrictor right there. Right behind this person's wing. Renegade here, and we are having a look at Constrictor. Constrictor is from Series 2, I believe he's from Wave 5. Number 25 in the series. Other figures in the wave. Go ahead and pause if you want to read that bio. Not a terribly well-known character, but a cool villain nonetheless. Artwork by Mike Deodato Jr. He's got the cybernetic cables, which can emit shocks as well as do all the stuff you'd expect a supervillain to do with cables. Letter, basically him writing to Osborn and saying he doesn't want to be involved in any of his stuff because Osborn is going to screw this up because he's the Goblin and he sucks at planning, which is interesting enough. Only thing I've really read with Constrictor is Avengers the Initiative, and he actually loses the cables fairly early in that. But, getting into the figure, he comes with the stand. Excuse that, guys. He comes with the stand, Constrictor, number 25. But, the figure overall, very solid figure. I'm very pleased with it. Has a nice paint job, and good articulation all the way through. You know, the head moves well, the torso moves really well. Maybe could have seen a waist joint, but not a huge loss. You know, just really well moving figure, and the paint is solid throughout on the lines. You might want to check them because from what I hear, there can be some poor paint on the lines there, but this one is really solid. And he's got a very cool face sculpt. So yeah, I really like this mold for Constrictor and everything. He does have the added articulation at the end of the gauntlets to help you with the cables, which I'll get into just as soon as we finish our size comparison. As you can see, he's actually a fairly short figure in comparison with Cap here, which I'd kind of expected before, but it's a little shorter than I thought he would be. But he is a very cool figure nonetheless, and I don't know, maybe he is that short. But, yeah guys, I really like this figure. The cables, unfortunately, are not posable. That's my one big gripe with the figure. Posable cables would have made him just an all-around amazing figure. All they had to do was put the wire in there like they did on Nightcrawler's tail for the Marvel Legends, or something like that, and they'd have been full range posable, but we didn't get that. I think maybe that was the sacrifice it took to make them a bit more clear, or have that somewhat translucent look, but I had to give that up in a heartbeat to have them. Actually, I think they could have figured out a way to get it both. But, we'll live with what we got. And the thing is, the gauntlets rotate in such a way that you can turn them so that, we'll use Cap as a stand-in here. If you want it wrapped around like that, you can have that. And then if you want to turn it, you can turn it so that it's the other way. So you do get a good range of motion in them that way. But again, would have really helped him to see them be posable. But all around, guys, really cool figure. Interesting villain, cool to have in a collection, and yeah, not a lot else to say. Go out and pick up Constrictor if you want another villain, and if you don't have any interest in the character and don't want to develop an interest in the character, you can probably pass on him. But he's a cool villain, very nice painted figure, even just stand alone on a shelf or something, looks really cool. So I like Constrictor, guys. Renegade, signing off.